the video, the things you might run into, the problems you might run into doing a home theater or a TV wall mount. So I'm going to go ahead and just run it through. Let's say you're hanging a TV above a fireplace. Okay? There's your fireplace. The fire's going. And you got the studs in the wall. They're spaced out every 16 inches. And a stud there. And there's another stud and another 16 inches. And a stud behind the camera. Just kidding. And let's say worst case scenario. Always consider the worst case scenario. And there's a fire break or a cross beam. Okay? You got to consider that just in case. And okay. So those are like the studs in the wall, spaced out every 16 inches, and it might be a cross beam, fire break in the wall going this way. Who knows? So I would, if it was me, my installation, I would recommend a 60-inch TV. The reason why I say that is it'll cover up most of the wall, all the wall plates and everything else. So if you do a 60-inch, and probably the TV will probably end up like that on the wall. And that's your TV. And a 60-inch TV on the wall. Okay, and I would do like an LCD or whatever, plasma. Alright, so you want to first lay everything out. You get a pencil, get a stud finder, and locate the studs. So with the stud finder, you get a pencil and put an X right here. You know there's a stud right there. You know there's a stud right here. And you know there's a stud right here. And you know there's a stud right here. Okay? And you know there's a fire break right here. So what you want to do is put the wall plate below that fire break so you don't have to mess with it. Here's your shelf. Let's say you have a shelf. Okay? And your cable box, Blu-ray player, and the receiver. Or I would put the receiver on top so when you're fishing the wires from the attic, you don't have to go through the mess with the fire break. So, and you can use an extended 1-inch drill bit to burrow through that hole right there to get the wires on this side. You HDMI 1, HDMI 2, HDMI 3, 3 HDMI cables all through here using a fish rod, and then the wall plate right here, and then you can stick your whole hand in there and actually grab it through that stud. I would use a 1-inch extended drill bit to burrow through that hole. It should reach, you make that hole right here on the edge, near closest to the stud, but still behind the TV. You should be fine. Alright, so anyhow, you want to mark out how big the TV is. So if your TV is 50 inch across, mark that, mark how high the TV is, mark how low the TV is. So you know what your TV is going to look like later on the wall. Put the bracket, I would put the bracket right here so you can tag all these screws in the cross beam, and then the center and the bottom is in the stud too. And then drywall snap toggle bolt here and drywall snap toggle bolt right here. That will hold like a 70-inch TV. You put all those screws in the studs, and then the screw and stud in here. So if you're in the stud, you're good. So that's how I would lay everything out. There's also, you have to drill